So hello everyone, welcome to our new video. I hope you all are doing well. So today we are going to learn about recursive binary search. So now before starting with recursive binary search, it is very important for everyone to know about what is binary search, and the second thing, what is recursion. So if you know what is binary search and recursion both, then it is very well and good. If you don't know any of these two topics, or if you are not clear with both the topics, then I would suggest that I have given the link of both the videos at the top right corner at the I button. You can go and watch the video there, and then you please come back and watch this video again. Okay, so now how do we perform binary search operation? Whenever we were dealing with binary search operation, we would have there only three different conditions, right? So what were those? Let's now come and check it here. Okay, every time we had one start index, we had one end index, right? Suppose start index, every time it was 0, it was starting with 0, and the end index, it was the index of the last element. Here we had 6 elements, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 and 11, so the last index was 5, right? Whatever it is. Okay, so every time we would be finding mid. What was mid? The average of both the values here, start and end, right? After finding the mid index, we were comparing the value at the mid index with the target element. So here whenever we got the mid element, we had three different conditions. The first one was mid was equal to the target element. The other things were mid was greater than the target element, and the third one was mid would be less than the target element. When the value for mid, if it is greater than the target element, then we were clear that we have to look on the left side of the mid, not on the right side anymore. Okay, so in that case, if you have to look on the left, then in that case start would remain, I am writing S as start here. Okay, start would remain as same, but the end would be changing to mid minus 1. Clear? Now if the mid value was smaller than the target element, then we were clear that we have to look on the right side of the mid but not on the left side of the mid. So in that case, what were we doing? We were doing mid plus 1, and the end, I am representing end as E, end would remain the same, right? In that case, so here this was the things that we were doing, right? The same thing we have to do in case of recursive binary search. What is recursion? Calling the function itself again and again, right? So here let's look at the program right now. So here I have the array 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 and 11. In 10 I am finding the size of the array. Then I have the target element in the variable x, and here I am calling the function, the recursive binary function, and here I am passing 4 things while calling the function, the entire array. Then I have the start, it means the first index as 0, here the last index as end, n minus 1, and the target element, right? So now here in the recursive binary search, we had a while loop here while doing binary search, but in this case we will be having just a if condition, okay, because the iteration would be done by the recursive calls. So here if end is greater than equal to start, because this was the most important condition there, right? Inside that, after coming inside, every time we were finding the mid index. After finding the mid index, we were checking if the value at the mid index, if it was equal to the target element, then return mid. Else, what were we checking? If the value at the mid index, if it is greater than the target element, in that case we have to look on the left side. So here we are calling the recursive binary search function again, and we are passing the array. Start remains the same, but end changes to mid minus 1. That's it, nothing much. Normally what we were doing in case of binary search, we were writing end equal to mid minus 1, but here we have to write the return statement, call the function, and instead of passing the end, we have to pass here mid minus 1. Then after that, in the else case, else means the other part, which means if the value at the mid index, if it is smaller than the target element, then in that case what we had to do? We had to look on the right side. While looking at the right side, we changed the start index to mid plus 1. So here we have recursive binary search function I have called. I am passing the array, and here I have mid plus 1 in place of start, end remains same, and here we have the target element X. Done. Now whenever if the value is found, whenever it is found, we don't have to worry, it would be returning there as mid. But what if the value is not found? Whenever if the value is not found, this would not be satisfying and will not be greater than or equal to start, right? So in that case it will directly come out and it will be returning here as -1. Now let's go back to the main function here. Here we are checking it. If the result value is equal to -1, in that case we are printing there as element not found, else we are printing here as element found at index %d, which will be replaced by here as result. That's it. So now let's execute the program and let's see how it works. Here I have the target element as 11. 11, we know that it is at the index 5. So execute this program here and see here it is giving me the result as element found at index 5. If I give any other value, I have given here the value as 3. If I execute this again here, so 3 is found at the index 1. It is working perfect. Let's give some value which is not there. Let's say we don't have 30 here. So I have given here the input as 30. Execute this. The element is not found there. Let me take another value in between these numbers, okay? So I have given the target input here as 4 and see here the element is not found. This is it about recursive binary search. Now if you have liked our video, please give us a like, because that gives us a motivation to record a new video every time. And if you have not subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon so that you get a notification whenever we upload a new video. Now if you have any doubts, you can give us a comment in the comment section. We will definitely get back to you. So thank you very much. Keep learning.